I said, I ain't going to eat this watermelon out here with all these white folks. It looked like he just kept on going back, getting more watermelon, more watermelon. You want some, Doc? I said, no, thank you. Then I repented for lying. I could have eaten the rind of the watermelon. We've enjoyed each other today. I told Brother Martin, now how am I going to get out of here and tell black people what racism is? The wrong color people is here, man. We know all about racism. Amen. We know it's a monster that separates one man from another and seek to destroy both of them. So I'm going to tell you my story again, and I'm going to sit down. Race relationship. I didn't think of it till this morning. Here's a white man living in a $500,000 house in an all-white area. Came down to pick up two black people. My wife's house costs $10,000. Mine's costs $900,000. I ain't bought mine yet. So this rich white person came down in the ghetto, invited two black people to a Chinese restaurant, and our hearts were so pure on this matter, I didn't recognize what had happened till I got back home. That is race relationship. Here's the solution. Love one another. That's the only solution. Education don't do it. All education do is make a Jim Crow person slick. Give him the knowledge to go underground. Head education can't solve the problem of the heart. And racism is nothing but a sick-hearted person. And salvation is the only thing that will heal a sick heart. Remember that illustration, two blacks going with a white to eat at a Chinese restaurant. Thank you.
Dr. James L. Wheeler, give him a round of applause. My goodness, there's a bunch of beautiful black folks out in the audience today. You guys give yourselves a round of applause. Listen, my name is Paul Herring. For those of you who don't know me, I'm one of the co-chairs of the Juneteenth Committee. Myself, Catherine Williams, Ella Green Moulton, Miss E. Hill Deloney, Rosa Anderson, and of course, Brother Jarvis Richardson have planned this event for you. Can we get a round of applause? It's Juneteenth, African American Independence Day. Now, I told this story earlier, and I'll probably tell it later, and I'll probably tell it again next year because it really hit me hard, all right? I was asked to do a presentation at one of our elementary schools. I arrived at the gymnasium, and there were 243 children that looked just like me in the stands. 243 of them waiting to hear what I had to say. So my first question to the group was, how many of you know what Juneteenth is? 243 of them, right? Of the 243, how many of you think rose their hands when I asked that question? I said, what is Juneteenth? How many do you think rose their hands? 0. My heart was broken. That's 243 kids that look just like me. And I can't blame them. I have to blame you. You're the mamas. You're the daddies. You're the grandmothers and the grandfathers. And if not us, then who? If not us, who? So I charge you with the responsibility. I charge you with the purpose of sharing with our young people the power of being African American. Europeans came to the continent of Africa and they stole our kings and queens. They stole them. And not all of them made it here. The Middle Passage was terrible. We are scattered along the Middle Passages. Those that did arrive and made it to the continent, they had problems too. I mean, the harshness of slavery was unbearable. How many of you think you could have handled it? No Louis Vuitton, no cell phones, no Air Jordans. It was tough. So merely the fact that you guys are looking at me, merely the fact that you can hear my voice is a testament to our people. We are the children of those who chose to survive. You're not feeling me. You're not feeling me. We are the children of those who chose to survive. Take strength in that. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors, and our ancestors were some of the most powerful, brilliant, and talented individuals. To be able to survive through the time of slavery alone was accomplishment. But to be here today with the choices we have and the things we do, it's just phenomenal. Now we got another problem. In the 60s, we thought we were going to get integration. In the 60s, we thought we were going to get integration. That means a mixing of both. But what we got was assimilation. How many of you are Star Trek fans and have seen the Borg? You know what the Borg does? They assimilate. That means they take over. So we no longer go to our mother and father grocery stores because we can go to Myers. We no longer hire an African-American electrician because we can go to someone that doesn't look like us. I'm here to tell you today that our ice is just as cold as the Europeans' ice. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to make it a charge at least once a week. You know how many times the Jewish dollar passes hands within their community? 7 times. 7 times. The minute we get our check, we're out at Hudson's getting some Nikes. We're out at Hudson buying some Louis Vuitton. And heaven forbid you buy some Tommy Hilfiger. Please. We need to make a promise. We need to make a promise to each other to support African-American businesses. How many African-American business owners do we have in the audience? If you own a business in Flint and you look like me, stand up. Brother, what you got going on? Home improvement company. You guys need a new room, an addition, a kitchen, somebody to hook up your garage, you to win, right? All right, anybody else got something? All right, I'm going to go back to the original story. Juneteenth, African American Independence Day. In a nutshell, 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. It wasn't until 1865 that the last of the enslaved people learned of their freedom. And they were in Galveston, Texas. It took General Gordon Granger and his troops to let them know that they were free. Now there's a couple of different stories. You know, they dispatched messengers from Washington when Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. They dispatched them. But the Texas ranchers and the Texas sharecroppers, they intercepted those messengers. And they bribed them and they killed them to keep them from getting the word to us. You got to imagine, it would be akin to me going out to GM today and freeing all the workers. That wasn't a good thing. So 1865, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, the last of the enslaved people in America were informed of their freedom. Can we clap for that? I got even better news. It was Thursday of this week. Catherine Blake and myself were honored to go to Lansing. We were introduced to the House. We were introduced to the Senate. And Jennifer Granholm, as of Friday morning, 10 a.m., signed into law legislation making Juneteenth a state holiday. Yeah,